Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. So make sure you guys hit the like button, okay? Make sure you hit the like button. Um, Subscribe to the video. If you find yourself unsubscribed, just resubscribe again. Um, and yeah, and hit the Cash App if you would like to support the channel. You can support the channel via Cash App or Super Thanks. I wanted to talk about Hernandez Govan. We know that Hernandez Govan, aka Mound Quette, um, he was given a $90,000 bond on yesterday. Okay, he was given a $90,000 bond. I want to let's just play this.
Tonight, one of the men accused of killing Memphis rapper Young Dolph just bonded out of jail. Hernandez Govan is not only charged with the rapper's murder, but also conspiracy for orchestrating the whole thing. Fox 13's Jeremy Pierre explains the special conditions of that bond and why prosecutors say Dolph's family is okay with it.
Hernandez Govan, the man accused of orchestrating the murder of young Dolph, his bond set at $90,000. Usually, with a bond like that, you only have to pay 10% of it, so that's $9,000. The arrangements of his bond, very important information, not included in this public document, but sealed by the order of the judge.
After filing of this motion, the court has been apprised that the defendant and the state of Tennessee have come to an agreement about the defendant's bond status.
Judge Lee Coffey read out the terms of agreement for Govan's bond. They specified his restrictions and how he will be supervised while out of jail. Govan did not attend his bond hearing, but it's understood he's been made aware of the conditions. As to what the information is, the judge explained in court, we won't know at this time.
But the other conditions of bond has been sealed, is not a public record.
We've come into some information about Mr. Govan's role and medical conditions that make us think that this is the best resolution in order to get justice for the case.
Govan decided to move on from attorney Bill Massey, who first represented him. Manny Aurora out of Atlanta is now Govan's attorney.
Well, we can't get into the facts of the case as the judge has instructed us not to. I support Mr. Govan's plea of not guilty, and that's why I took the case.
District Attorney Steve Mulroy says one thing that makes him comfortable with this move is young Dolph's family's acceptance.
And the important thing is that we've consulted with the family about this. The family understands why we're doing what we're doing, and they approve.
Govan will be back in court July 13th for a report date. At 201 Popular, Jeremy Pierre, Fox 13 News.
Okay. So we hear, you know, what the lawyers have to say. Of course, documents have been sealed, and as the DA said, Young Dolph's family is in agreement. They understand why they're doing what they're doing. That now, as far as that stuff, that when they say that you know, he has medical conditions and things of that nature, that's a bunch of baloney. Of course, because they have in every jail, but I do know in the Shelby County's jail, they have a medical facility that is housed in the inside of that jail that is comprised of doctors, nurse practitioners, podiatrists, eye doctors, and even if the eye doctors there can't do, you know, they will outsource them to an eye doctor. So I mean, people come to jail to get well. They come to jail to heal. If they ain't got no insurance or anything like that, and they be in top tier shape when they leave. Okay, so we know that has that right there has nothing to do with anything, because he, you know, whatever his conditions are, they could have been taken care of in jail. Okay. He probably would have got the best medical treatment inside of jail. But they said his safety now in jail, you know, you would think that he would be safe, right? He was um in a high profile custody, which means he was isolated from other inmates and things of that nature. He was down there in lower level, but he was by himself. So you know, you would think that he would have been safe. Um, of course, I do know that they said that Orange Mound Quette's high-priced attorneys, you know, he was going for visits at least 3 times a week. The attorney was flying in once a week, and you know, he was staying a few days. So we already know a high-priced attorney like that. That means that the client was paying for somebody was paying for the flights for the attorney and the attorney staff that he brought with him, the hotel fees, and when they decided to stay over, those hotel fees. And we know that attorney was not staying in no motel, right? Okay, we know he wasn't staying in no motel. He's more than likely staying somewhere in the vicinity of 201 Poplar and the courts, which is more than likely downtown, and it ain't nothing cheap in downtown Memphis. Okay, everything is high priced. So you know, it's very interesting how this is turning out. Now, Orange Mound Quette was not in court. He wasn't in court. Okay, and we found that, you know, weird. Well, it's not weird that he wasn't in court, but he was not in court. Um, you know, and the jailers, you know, that man him, you know, worked over. Okay. Um, yesterday. So all of this stuff is extremely interesting. It is. It's very interesting. But the good thing about it is that Young Daw's family, okay, um, was in agreement with it, okay. And people say, well, why wasn't Orange Mound Quette in court? I think that's something to think about. Why wasn't he in court when a very important decision was made? He wasn't sick or nothing like that. I mean, why wasn't he in court? Okay. Um, but it's interesting. Like I said, we already knew that and I've been saying this. I've been consistently saying this. We know that Orange Mound Quette did not have any money for a hit, and I knew that it was a dead cat on the line back in January when Orange Mound Quette declared himself indigent. Okay, I said that, and then he immediately, then you know, Massey was fired, which is a CMG affiliate. Okay, Massey is, and then this high priced attorney was brought on. Okay, and I think I didn't, I don't not think, I know I said, when people said, well, why do you all think that he got rid of Massey? I said he got rid of Massey because he did not trust Massey. I was the first one to say it, but you know, first means nothing. Okay. Um, I said because Orange Mound Quette does not trust Massey, which is a CMG attorney, because Orange Mound Quette wants to feel comfortable enough to talk to the DA. I think I said that. As a matter of fact, I know I said it. Okay. Um, that's what I said. Okay. And so it has come to pass, and Young Daw's family is in agreement. But as I've always said, we know that Orange Mound Quette was not the mastermind. Okay, he was not the mastermind. We know that Orange Mound Quette did not pay for no hit. Do I believe Orange Mound Quette was involved? Absolutely. I believe that he was involved, of course, um, but I never thought that he paid for the hit. And you cannot be mad at somebody for not allowing them to put that jacket on his back, right? You can't be mad at somebody for not allowing them to put that jacket on his back of I'm trying to pull up the video. I'm trying to pull up the video. Hold on one second. Y'all just hold on for 1 second, okay? Hold on, you guys. I wanna hold on 1 second. There was a video I did back in January, talking about Orange County Court had a new attorney, okay? And then I turned around and did another video, back in, let me see. I wanna pull this up. It's a new lawyer. Of course, we talked about on April 26th, I did another video. As a matter of fact, I remember breaking the story that Orange Mound Quette back in January had declared himself indigent. And then shortly after that, I was told by a credible source that Orange Mound Quette had some lawyers, and I talked about that back in March of the 18th. I did a video. Make sure you go look at it. That Orange Mound Quette had gotten some lawyers from out of Atlanta. In that video, I said I didn't know if they was going to have those lawyers to come in up under Massey, because even with me being an investigator with reciprocity laws, I'm able to, because there are reciprocity laws. I believe being paid for by some people within CMG's camp, and Massey was going to do what was in the best. Let me go back. Orange Mound Quette trusted Massey because Massey was and for his attorneys. I gotta say, I don't believe that at this point that CMG is paying for the new attorneys. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't believe that they are at this point. I do believe that they was paying for Massey, and this is in my opinion, just in my opinion. I don't think that Orange Mound Quette trusted Massey. I don't think that Orange Mound Quette trusted Massey because Massey was, I believe, being paid for by some people within CMG's camp, and Massey was going to do what was in the best interest of CMG. Now, and this is just in my opinion. Now, I do believe that Orange Mound Quette, there are some things that Orange Mound Quette had wanted to do, and he could not do that with Massey being the attorney, right? Because even though there's a attorney-client confidentiality and privileges and all of that, of course, I don't think he trusted to tell Massey a whole lot of stuff because it would not have been confidential. I think Massey would have reported, he felt Massey would have reported back to certain people. Okay, so what am I getting at? I think he got rid of an attorney that was being paid, by them or had been recommended by them. And this is just in my opinion, and got those Atlanta attorneys, got an attorney outside of Memphis. Okay. Yeah. And got some attorneys outside of Memphis for his case. Okay. For his case. Why do I think he did that? I think Orange Mound Quette has a problem with Massey may have been put there to get him to plead out and not fight the mere fact that they're saying that he was the mastermind. We know that Orange Mound Quette was not the mastermind. Do I think he played a part? Yeah. but I think he was brought in and brought to the table to help to do some things, right? Hold on one second. I want to let me see. Or than straight drop and maybe teasy. But I think that because Orange Mound Quette has been around the longest, he can touch the golden egg. He can bring down the golden goose, and we all know who that is. I don't think Teasy and them would be able to touch that. I don't think that they had been around long enough to be able to get that far. But I do think that Orange Mound Quette had, you know. I think Orange Mound Quette, like I said, at this point, if you look at him, he's afraid. And I'm sure some more people are afraid too, because Orange Mound Quette is not going to, like I said, he has an issue with them saying that he sat at a table and came up with this idea of killing young Dolph. Me personally, I mean, I would have an issue with it too, because Orange Mound Quette didn't have the money to pay for a hit, I don't believe, and he didn't have the idea, you know, he did not have a history of trying to take young Dolph out, as far as we know, right? We know where all of that came from, and if he was involved in the other attempts on young Dolph's life, it is because he was paid and brought in, right? So I think Orange Mound Quette is doing a smart thing, because, you know, Orange Mound Quette trying to save his own life, because Orange Mound Quette knows at some point, as time goes on and more start to come out, if he don't get this straight from the beginning, he'll probably be looking at the death penalty. This is a video. This is another video I did throwing out hints 2 weeks ago. The first one was back in March when I told y'all, or February when I told y'all that Orange Mound Quette. No, I did one at the end of January, letting you all know that he had declared himself indigent. Then when he got the new attorneys, I broke that. I told y'all he got new attorneys. It's something going on, y'all. He done got rid of Massey. He secretly got new attorneys coming in. I was waiting to see what was going to happen with that situation with Massey, because Massey didn't even know that he had had a courtship with new attorneys at that point. And 2 weeks ago, I just did this video letting y'all know that Orange Mound Quette could touch the go. Go back and look at that. I don't want to play that that whole video, but like I was saying, we knew that this was coming. We knew that Orange Mound Quette was not the mastermind. Okay. We knew that Orange Mound Quette didn't pay for no hit. Did he play a part? Yeah, I believe he played a part. I believe he played a part 100%. But I think Orange Mound Quette, because of because of how big this case is, as I was just saying, you heard the video I did. This video was from 2 weeks ago. I said Orange Mound Quette knows that he's going to be facing some stuff, more stuff as things go on. He could be looking at the death penalty if he don't get that jacket off of his back. I called it. Y'all gonna learn one day that, you know, hey. Anyways. But he made, you know, he got out rather quickly. And he didn't come to court for a reason, right? You know, it takes a minute for them to update the system, okay? It takes a minute for them to update the system. And he did get a bond, okay? So he didn't pay the whole $90,000. He went through a bonding company, which means they paid 10% of that. And I'm sure $9,000 would be nothing for him to get his hands on. I'm sure he got $9,000, and then you could finance a bond. You pay half and then finance the other half if you got a good job. And I'm you know, one of his baby mamas probably did that, you know, come up with pay the bond of a company $4,500 or $5,000, and then finance the rest and make payments. That's how that works. Okay. So I mean, when they said that Young Dolph's family was in agreement with it, we already we know what it is. Okay. So now what we have to do is sit back and wait. I think Cornelius done played themselves because I think they had the opportunity. At one point, Straight Drop was going in the right direction. Okay. Cornelius was trying to make up his mind. Okay. But it ain't no need in him saying telling them COs to send for the tell the um, 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 investigators, the homicide investigators, to come to his cell now. He had the opportunity. Okay. But Orange Mound Quette has put it all out there. And I'm gonna tell you something. Allegedly, I'll say that. I'm gonna tell you something. You can't um give them a little bit and say, I think this, I think that. What Orange Mound Quette had to do was give facts, and then they had to be checked out. So now, I told y'all I thought that was going. I've been saying something was going to happen around April or May, but I had been told. I told my members, I was like, we're on indictment watch, because I was told there was going to be an indictment at the end of March, and it was put on hold. Okay. So I just within the next few weeks, I guess we need to be watching to see what is going to happen, because it's going down. But I can't get mad at the man for going into self-preservation, because number one, it never should have happened. Young Dolph didn't do nothing for them to just take him out like that. A person can say whatever they want to say. Ooh, I almost felt something in the spiritual realm. Y'all almost got in the spirit because I got to thinking about what I've been saying for the longest. I'm telling you, God says, when I get them back for what they did, you're going to see me get them back. Woo! Didn't I say this the other day? I was talking about Young Dolph's father, because I've been told, that Young Dolph's father is not doing well. And so when I got on here the other day, and if y'all go back and look at that video, I was saying, God, give him strength to hold on. I said, God prepares a table for you in the presence of your enemies. That's what he said. I said, in other words, he'll give you a seat at the front of the table to witness the get back. And Young Dolph's family is going to get to do that. That was prophecy. Ain't it coming to pass? I thought about the dream that I had about Young Dolph when he was in front of City Hall, and he'd been working in the spiritual realm. The earth shook. They took that boy out of his life just because he was great and was flossing about it. That's all. That's it. That's all. And he was standing in front of City Hall, and he was parked in front of City Hall, and he was standing up there just as tall in the door of his car. And he said, I was looking at him, and I turned to walk away. He said, come back. Wait a minute, come back. Don't think because I haven't been down there with y'all that I don't want to be down there, that I don't want to be around y'all. He said, but I've been working. And then in my dream, I can't remember all he said he was doing, but he started naming all the things he was doing. And he was standing right there in front of City Hall. Okay, what's in front of City Hall? The mayor is at City Hall, right next to City Hall. Okay, all of the top officials is at City Hall, and right across from City Hall is the FBI building, the federal building. Okay, all right. And I think about that dream often, and that dream happened back in maybe December or something like that, the beginning of January or something like that. But I knew at that point it was God, because I've always been very prophetic in dreams, letting me know some stuff was getting ready to go on. That's the reason why when I had that dream a few days ago about Paper Route Woo, I was like, we need to send prayers up for Paper Route Woo, because we don't know what's it. People start to get mad. But see, I'm going to tell you something. They might have thought something was getting ready to happen when Hernandez fired that attorney, but now they already know, because you can't give a little bit and get something as big as what he just got, and the state didn't fight it, and it ain't got a damn thing to do with no good attorney. His attorney might have told him, you better throw yourself a life jacket, and he should have, because he was not the mastermind, and he ain't had no money to pay for no hit. And then his folks already had been throwing them up under the bus because they fed into the vlogs. Okay? So he threw himself a life jacket. He got more sense than Cornelius them, and which Cornelius was I'm hearing was entertaining the idea, but he done waited too late, because the early bird gets the best worm. Okay? Right? But y'all, he got out. He made bond. He got out quickly. Keep in mind, he did not come to court. Why wouldn't he come to his court case? And that basically, that court date yesterday was basically, just, I guess, just practice. It was just practice. That's all. Ain't no telling what Orange Mound Quette was already it. Okay. Because they already had worked that sealed deal out, and that was just practice to go to court and procedure, okay, to go in front of the judge, and that's that. Okay. So justice for Young Dolph, justice for his family. We're seeing prophecy come to pass. Okay. His family gets to witness the get back, and hey, if Orange Mound Quette can repent for his part and do what is right, look at what they did to his child, unfortunately. I told y'all, I was told when they went and got Orange Mound Quette, his energy was different. The officer said that his energy was different. Okay. All right. I'm going to tell y'all something I'm not going to do. I'm not going to get on here and cap. I know, there is crabs in the barrel on here, but this thing right here don't pay not damn bill I got. And before I get on here and cap, I won't even talk about it. It's too easy for me to say, well, you know what, I sure don't know. And I ain't got no problem with it. Well, they gonna say I ain't credible because I said I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna go along to get along. I don't let people bully me into going into their narratives of feeling what they should feel. It ain't gonna happen. Okay. And when it's all said and done, those people downtown know exactly what has happened. They're the ones that's working this case. Nobody knows more than them, not even me. Okay. So they will always be credible sources. Okay. But anyways, you guys, justice for Young Dolph, and let's see what's going to happen within the next couple weeks. Let's see what's going to happen. And just remember, your Orange Mound Quette got a high priced attorney, but what attorneys do is they can only work with what you give them. And his attorney, Orange Mound Quette, already wanted to save himself. He didn't feel comfortable. I was trying to put that into the atmosphere. As a matter of fact, I did. Orange Mound Quette don't trust Massey. I said that 2 weeks ago, and I've been saying it before that. I said he wants to feel comfortable enough to say some things to the state. Okay. He wants to feel comfortable enough because he knows what's going on. I'm talking about as far as these indictments and these charges and everything that they're getting ready to face. So, hey, anyways, justice for Young Dolph. I ain't mad at the man, and Young Dolph's family is okay with it. I know sometimes it's hurtful, but sometimes you have to give a little to get a lot. His charges hadn't been dropped. He just on the outside. He just, they just lowered the bond. But we already know that this is an indication of what's to come. Orange Mound Quette attorneys are too smart and too high priced to not let him get a good deal in the end. Okay, especially since he's gonna always more than likely have to be looking over his shoulders. I'm not mad at those attorneys for doing their job. Okay. I'm not mad at all. And this ain't no lose for the prosecutors. This is going to be a win as a whole, I guess, for everybody. Probably even Orange Mound Quette in the end. Okay, but he had to do what was necessary. Okay. And that works for Young Dolph's family. Okay. But anyways, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you can support the channel via Cash App. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscription button. If you find yourself unsubscribed, because I have a sector, and a crazy person, that consistently, and I would rather believe that it is that sector, okay, that got all those hackers, that already had the hackers, because see, they taught other people the game. Okay. But their days are number two, just like Orange Mound Quette. They days number two. They don't know it yet. It's so they so numbered. Okay. But if you find yourself unsubscribed, subscribe again. Share the video. Support the channel. Hit the Cash App. We're gonna do a live today. Okay. I love you guys. I'll talk with you a little bit later.